Hello, and welcome to Life of a Boss, the podcast, hosted by entrepreneur, public speaker, and mentor, Jason Hardin. This podcast is all about helping audiences create and reach their own definition of success through positive thinking, perseverance, and personal development. Having survived extreme obstacles from an early age, such as cancer, poverty, abuse, family dysfunction, and even homelessness, Jason has learned how to master the art of resilience and defy all odds to become the boss he is today. So, get ready for some serious game and remember to keep an open mind. Now, without further delay, here is your host, Jason Hardin.
What's up, world, and welcome back to a wonderful episode of Life of a Boss, the podcast. I am your host, Jason Hardin, and I'm extremely happy and excited as always to be here because, man, if there's nothing I love more than living my life of happiness and joy and success, it's helping others live their definition of joy and success and all that. So, I'm always happy to be here. And to keep it real, the one thing we really do more than anything, more than all the little hacks and tidbits on credit and maybe the hottest technology to take advantage of or maybe who to listen to or what industry is really blowing up. Besides all that shit, man, the whole purpose of this is really just to help you develop the boss mindset. Because with that mindset, with just knowing how to boss any situation, and I'm using quotation marks with my hands because we created our own definition of a boss. We didn't just create, fuck saying we. I didn't just create, because I can't speak for anybody else. And that's the only reason why I'm saying that. I have a healthy team that loves to do what they do, but I still won't speak for the people that are closest to me when I say that being a boss is like we recreated the definition of that. You know, like it's not just being an employer or being some mob boss type shit. It's really the epitome of self-control to the next level, to where you're just making things happen by making you happen. It's like whatever you need of this world, you're becoming what you need to attract that, to make that happen, to command that. And that's really the boss shit that I'm talking about. That's really what the whole philosophy and mentality is about when I say boss. You know, when I refer to somebody as a boss, I'm looking at them like they're living their own definition of success. They're commanding joy and happiness and respect. Not demanding it, they're commanding it. Meaning they're doing something that keeps them doing something or having something or feeling something. You know, they're self-starters and self-finishers. Matter of fact, they don't even have to be a self-finisher. You just got to be a self-starter, because 1 million people can help you finish. When you start something, you don't know what can become of it. So that's why the only thing we really try to do on the show is really give you the mindset, the game. And the game is really just not the individual pieces of knowledge of how shit works, but the game is really just how to see shit. It's really perspective. I want to give y'all perspective. I'm blind out my right eye legally, but I think the left one sees twice as deep. So sometimes, like I say, you just have to really focus on what you're letting into your mind. Focus on what you're mentally responding to, not even what you're physical. I mean, that's a big part of it. But beyond that is now you don't even want certain things to affect you the wrong way mentally. Because the truth is, we can't control what other people do. We can't control what's on the internet. I don't watch TV. I don't watch no live sports. I don't watch the news. I don't watch anything that requires me to watch live TV, that requires me to know what, I'm using quotation marks again, they want me to know. And by they, I mean mainstream media, mainstream America, what you want to call it, man. I appreciate what we can do here, but I don't appreciate the hive mindset. I want everybody to win who wants to win. You feel me? So that being said, there's a lot of things that happen in mainstream media that can just weigh in on how we feel and what we think, and thus weigh in on the decisions we make, whether it be business, personal, financial, whether it could be how we treat people. There could be things happening in the government. I don't know about, like, when the COVID started, man, people started beating up Asians, or at least that's what was in the media. It was in the media so much that we had to stop Asian hate, which was also in the media. And apparently they stopped that shit. They stopped that shit, which really brings me to our show today. I know we went a bunch of different directions, but what really is what I wanted. What I wanted to talk about was this. How do we mentally navigate during, let's say right now, election times, during a heated political climate? There's a lot of shit going down, and if not nationally, locally. And I'm a big fan of being aware of what's going on, but I'm not gonna follow it like I just don't dive in too deep to national politics. Local politics, what's happening in my neighborhood, what's happening in my city, what's happening in my county and in my state is pretty much enough for me to man, it's more than enough. But what's happening beyond that is important. But really, the things that have the greatest, quickest impact on what's going on is your local elections, your local representative, your mayor, your alderman, if you live in those kind of states, your councilman. You know what I'm saying? Your city manager, those that work for the people that represent you, meaning they work for you. So you got to know who all the department heads, who runs the health department if you have one, who runs the transportation department, who runs the housing department. You know, these are the things you want to know in your community, because that's what matters. So my show is about politics. Before I get lost, or before I lose y'all, today's show is about how politics affects being a boss, and how being a boss affects politics. Because we can't escape it. It's not something that we can just forget about and think that's for other people to deal with. No, that's the first thing that I don't want to make people believe. And I'm not a party person. I have a lot. Okay, let me back up. Okay, I'm very involved in local politics. And having been involved in local politics, I get a lot of questions regarding national politics. And I get a lot of people asking me if I'm Democrat or Republican. And the first thing I say is I don't bang, because I don't. And I said the other day, I look at my Democrat friends like homies that still bang. And only because it's my Democrat friends that bang Democrat. You know, all of my friends that are Republican, they don't even say that shit. They go out and get money. And I'm not saying Republican is better. I'm not saying Democrats is better. I'm saying they each have their shit. And I'm not telling you how to vote. I'm not telling you not to vote. I'm telling you to know what you're voting on if you're going to vote, and to use your vote. So I'm saying, yes, you should vote. Yes, you should have your say. Yes, your your voice and your opinion should matter and should be counted. Yes. But are you even keeping up with all the shit that matters to be voting on? You can't show up to a board meeting and want to vote, but you didn't show up to any of the board meetings before the vote was cast. And we are board members. So I don't want anybody to vote ignorantly. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna vote, and the best way to vote is to be involved. Get to know these people and start locally. Start in your neighborhood. Start with your not just your city council members, but your school board members. Those are all the local people you can vote for. Your school board members, your city council members, your mayor, and that's if you can vote locally. Because sometimes those, you know what? Some cities have mayors appointed, so you can't always vote for your mayor. So, meaning it's even more important to use your vote, but leverage it somehow, somewhere. If you don't know these people, then you better get together with some other folks and leverage your vote as a group. That's what voters blocks are for. And if you don't see it, there's a lot of voter blocks out there, but they don't tell you that they're voter blocks, but they're owned by the people that aren't really in your best interest, that aren't really doing for you, that don't really care about you, but want your vote because your vote is important. So they'll hire these groups, they'll fund these groups, they'll kick a little donation to these groups who are really voters blocks, but pose as advocates, pose as you know, Black Lives Matter and fucking, you know, let's just say what the fuck they are. They pose as these fucking groups who hoot and holler for different shit when it goes down, but not for everything at all fucking times. I don't trust it. I don't trust a lot of these groups that pose. And I'm going to tell you my personal feelings. And this is it. This is aside from the politics. This is why I want to get on this period, because my own philosophy is I don't give a fuck about anybody's hustle. I don't give a shit about anybody's hustle. It's not my place to say that what you're doing is worse or better than what I'm doing to survive, to make money, to make things happen for our family. But the only thing that will make me give a shit about what you're doing is if what you're doing is hurting a lot of people that I care about. And in politics, that's that's all that matters. Politics is in all our lives. The law is in everyone's life, whether we believe in it, whether we vote, whether we're too young, whether we're too old, whether we're felons, whether we are locked up. Politics is in everyone's life. So I'm not going to opt out of giving a shit about politics ever. So if your bread and butter is involved with misleading people that I care about, or misleading people to believe shit that's going to harm me, is good and better for the community and all that, and them as well. Like I said, if you're misleading folks, then I give a fuck. Call me a hero, call me a Captain Save-A-Ho, and we the hoes that I'm trying to save. Whatever the fuck you want to call it, I give a shit when you're trying to destroy my people and me and my family and my community and my neighbors and my friends, and I care. I'm not going to let you destroy everybody around me while you're putting money in my pockets to not care that you're destroying everybody around me. So what, they don't feel it for 5-10 years and I've been walked away from the fucking crime. That don't make it right, and that's why I speak against these little punk ass groups and people and individuals, because there's a lot of these bitch ass motherfuckers in the game that take your likes and your shares and your votes and fuck you up the ass with them. They don't give a shit about you. They selling you out every chance they get for every dollar that they get offered. And you ain't got no money to buy a motherfucking politician, so you better pay attention and you better make one, if not create one, if not become one. So best believe I don't separate politics from being a boss. I don't speak on it a lot. But it's always at the forefront of what the fuck I'm doing. How we operate as a community, who decides what, and how we make decisions is definitely important to me. As an entrepreneur, as a husband, as a man here in California, in America, on Earth. And it should matter to you. But what I wanted to create the show about today is, don't let it confuse you. Do your own research, do your own thinking. It's not a mob mentality type shit, and that's what you have when you vote for these motherfuckers that you think just because they look like you, they with you. We have a mayor right now, ain't shit. He's a Mexican dude. Don't give a fuck about Mexicans, don't give a fuck about blacks. But we have people that voted against his opponent because he was white and it was time for a change. So you had a lot of sellout groups and leaders that misled a lot of folks in the believing that somebody who was less white was gonna be that much better for us. And to be honest, my personal opinion is somebody who does what the fuck they want to do is less dangerous than somebody owned by somebody else doing what the fuck they want to do. You see what I'm saying? When you out in front and you doing your own shit, okay, you out in front, but you still out in front. You still got an image. But when somebody owns you, who cares about your image? I'm paying you to tell these motherfuckers what I want you to tell them, and to sign what I want you to sign, and to do what I want. You don't fucking matter. So appealing to you don't fucking matter. Having you in my pocket, having you as my friend, having you don't motherfucking matter, because you are owned by somebody who don't give a fuck about none of us. Even you. So I can't trust you. I can't trust the house nigga for shit. And house niggas come in all different colors, shapes, and sizes. House niggas ain't just black. So don't let nobody mislead you. Don't let nobody pull the wool over your eyes. Pay attention. And pay attention to what matters most to you. And what matters most to you should be what's happening in your community. How much taxes you got to pay. How much you got to pay your employees if you have some. How much, you know what I'm saying? All this shit should matter to you. I'm not talking sports. I'm not talking Kobe Bryant. I'm not talking shit that doesn't fucking matter to you. Shit that you might be interested in. I'm not talking about SZA and RZA and motherfucking Sexy Red and Drake and I'm not talking about that shit. The shit that sound more entertaining and the shit that sounds like some important shit, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the real shit that motherfuckers need to be discussing, and that's money and politics. And whatever fucking religion, because whatever you believe in is definitely important. We were told, I don't know who, I could say black folks in my family were told we don't discuss religion and politics and money. But I know white folks, that's all they discuss. What else would you talk about? But how you make money and what you believe in. What the fuck else is more important than that? Where we're living at and what we're doing and where we are as a society right now. What's more important than what you believe in and how you're getting money? And why shouldn't we be talking about that? That's because they want certain motherfuckers to stay ignorant. And I don't believe in that shit. Even if you're angry at me, you're going to go try to figure this shit out. You're going to think about it. You're going to consider like, damn, what if that motherfucker was right? You know what I'm saying? So think for yourself. Pay attention to what's going on. Get involved. You'll know what the mayor's doing. You'll know who the city council members are. You'll know what these motherfuckers are about if you go spend some time with them. Spend time with some people that spend time with them. Get involved. If you're trying to be a boss, this is bullshit. The mayor should know your motherfucking name. The mayor here knows mine. I get discussed in rooms I'm not in to this day. I ain't ran for shit in 5 years. Well, 4. But you see what I'm saying, man? Become relevant by understanding what's relevant. Because as soon as you don't understand what's relevant, then you're irrelevant. Then I can tell you some sucker shit and you go do some sucker shit and I can write you off as money in the motherfucking bank. Because your ignorance is going to pay me. And that's how they look at you. That's how they look at all of us. The people who run this country, the people who run these corporations are banking on our ignorance. They're not banking on us to do more research. They're not banking on us to become more informed voters. They're not banking on us to raise the number of people that are actually voting and knowing how to actually vote. Why? Because they're doing what they've been doing with the way things are happening now. They've been winning. It's us that ain't been playing the game right. So start paying attention to what's real. Don't believe the hype. Don't let these motherfuckers coon into your hearts. Dancing or jigging to your shit like they down with Sambo. Fuck them and fuck that. Let's keep the enemies if they the enemies. You know what I'm saying? Keep them all over there. They not for us. And I'm not telling you how to vote. I'm telling you how not to vote. Don't vote stupid. If you don't know shit, don't do shit. Learn. Come back next time. And if you are going to vote, then make it an educated guess. I'm going to tell you who I don't vote for. I don't vote for prosecutors for nothing. They got your job titles right there. Like, whatever they used to be, was, or still are, it's right there. I don't vote for prosecutors for shit. I don't care what they want to be. I vote for teachers. I'm not gonna lie. I vote for teachers to do all kind of shit. I trust teachers to be in positions of power more than anybody. Cause I've seen teachers that can govern a whole class of different cultures and backgrounds and still come out with some winners. Come out with more good than bad. Have done more good for everybody than bad. For everybody there, even the ones that didn't get it. I've seen them do that. So I vote for teachers. No matter what I do, I vote for a fucking teacher. Over anything else. Over anything else. But the people I don't vote for motherfucking law enforcement. I don't vote for prosecutors. I don't need no more military in positions of power, because that's all who's in power right now is military cops. That's where all our funding goes. And it's not to prevent shit, it's to control you. We don't spend most of our money in our local police department. The most of our money in our general fund goes to the local police department, which is the police. Not even to the fire department, the police. And it's not to police other people. It's not to defend our ground against other folks, but against attackers and shit. It's to police us. And when I say us, I don't mean all of us that are committing crimes. I don't mean motherfuckers in the hills driving with whatever in their fucking car. I don't mean people that live in the mansions of Pasadena. I mean this northwest section of low-income housing that brown and black people could afford, because jobs were limited to them for so long and housing for so long in this country, let alone this city. Pay attention, y'all. Do your research. Understand what's happening. Look at what's happening. Because that's how a boss moves. A boss cannot disregard this. Don't think, man, I'm getting money, fuck all that shit. Bullshit. You're getting money because of all that shit. What they talking about matters. But be a part of what matters, man. Because what they talking about there at City Hall and at the Capitol in Washington, D.C. on CNN, they talking about at City Hall right in your neighborhood down the street. They talking about at the commission meetings. Right at your local community center or park or library. The decisions are being made. What are you a part of? What decision-making process are you a part of in your community? Because if you don't get involved, then you're just a part of the problem. Keep it 100. Keep it real. You are just a part of the problem. You are voting against what you care about. You are voting against what I care about. You are voting against your kids' future. You're part of the problem because you are choosing to be ignorant and they're selling you dumb shit and you believe in it all day, every day. That's how you're the problem. Ignorance costs. Not knowing costs. That shit hurts. They say ignorance is bliss, but not for the motherfucker that's ignorant. It's for the motherfucker getting over on the ignorant. Because not knowing you being hurt doesn't protect you from being hurt. Doesn't protect you from any of the damages the pain causes. Doesn't protect your family, doesn't protect your kids, doesn't protect your future. Pay attention to what's going on. And stop buying any nigga they choose to sell you. And niggas is in style, so they gonna try to sell you one. Can't buy them all. I never understood what Tupac said when he said, we ain't ready to see a black president. I thought that was oh my God, that's some hopeless shit. Why like that was mean. That was wrong to say that. And it's fucking 25 years later and I see exactly what, and it's still true. It wasn't only me that didn't see it. It's still true 25 years later. Because anybody we see up there ain't representing us. And by us, I'm not just meaning black. I'm just meaning anybody that's disenfranchised, anybody that came from nothing, had it hard, still have nothing, and doing the best they can. And then anybody living as a refugee of the war, the physical war on blacks. With the weapons of the justice system and the drugs and the alcohol and that's all out war on the people, and we're refugees of that. And I don't mean the people that just flew in from Haiti or Jamaica and all them. I mean they suffer from a different part of the process. We've been behind enemy lines the whole time. And that's as black folks. That's just as Moors that were raised here for generations. If your daddy's daddy has been here and you don't have the same rights and of anybody else's daddy from any other place. You say that shit anywhere, it matters. Here's where it don't matter for us. We're the only people where that shit don't matter. You can have a white neighbor and that motherfucker can tell you where daddy stayed. And he walk around with his chest out because that motherfucker be 4th, 5th generation, any motherfucker where he stay. We don't even have that. That takes away confidence. That takes away power. That takes away empowerment. It's hard to get a jump start if we don't even have that shit to believe in. So best believe shit been one-sided and shit ain't been working out for believing whatever they taught black folks to believe in. Shit ain't been working out. We ain't getting better. The disparity ain't getting smaller. Yeah, there's a bunch of shit you can do to catch up, and this is one of them. Pay the fuck attention, because those who ain't paying attention are the ones you're going to see in the rear view mirror, and then you ain't going to be able to see them no more. You ain't going to want to see them no more. That's why it's so easy to move out your neighborhood where you come from and move around a bunch of other people, because you don't want to see that shit no more. Why? Because it's still happening. Get involved, man. Pay attention and see what's really going on. And man, I can't stress enough how much of that is a part of being a boss. It's understanding all of this. Understanding that this shit is important, that you matter, your vote matters, your community matters, your family matters. Everything that you're talking about is valid. Everything that you want out of life is valid. The American dream is there for you, but you have to fucking take it, because we haven't had it yet. The little sprinkles of success doesn't beat the motherfucking mass. And I'm not even. What's the opposite of incarceration? The mass promotion of motherfuckers for being bare minimum and average. Because if you think there's a mass incarceration, best believe there's a mass promotion of somewhere. Because anything these motherfuckers qualified for is now filled by somebody less qualified, who was left with their freedom. A fucking C student. A D student, a Homer Simpson is out there running some shit, while a fucking genius rots behind bars over some shit he did and put together when he was 15. It had nothing to do with anybody getting hurt, except for maybe drugs or whatnot. But that's the whole point. That's the disparity. And if ain't nobody gonna talk about it, I'm gonna talk about it. If ain't nobody care, I care. If everybody else scared, I'm not. I know when I was attacked, and I survived political attack. So I'm not naive to think that at a local level shit don't matter. Because at any and every level, there's people trying to filter that shit out. Keep niggas out the game. Yeah, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? But we don't care about no gatekeepers around here, nigga. I keep my own gate. Keep your own gate. You know what I'm saying? Keep your own gate. You be the reason why you succeed or fail. Don't let nobody be the reason why you succeed or fail. People can help you. People can put you in position. But you got to be the reason why you succeed or fail every time. And if you're not the reason and shit just happening for you, then that's that promotion I'm talking about. Man, you part of it. You got some privilege in you. And if you got privilege, use it. Use it for good. I'm not saying to unprivilege yourself. If I was on a better team, then I'd be doing better, but I'd still hope that I would have this type of empathy. I would still hope that I cared about people. So whatever position you in, use it to help somebody else. This is me using whatever position I'm in to help somebody else. This is me telling people that everything I went through, despite that, you can still get here. Now, where to go from here, man, you tell me. Anybody that got more than this, that are more happy, more pleased, more and helping more people, reach out to me and tell me what I could be doing to get to where you are. Because this is it for me right now. This is what it looks like to give back. This is what it looks like to live my definition of success. This is what it looks like to help and mentor. This is it for me. This is all I can do right now. I'm still trying to figure it out. How can I do more? So if you know more and you got more, say something. Reach out. Hit me up. Text me. All right? Anyway, I love all y'all, man. Keep tuning in. Keep listening. Keep checking us out. Keep following, sharing, liking, subscribing wherever you can. Leave a review if you got some time. But most of all, remember that success is a lifestyle. It's what you do every day. It's what you do all the time. It's how you think. It's how you speak. It's how you look. It's how you talk, man. It's all of that. So don't let nothing not matter. All right? I love all y'all. Peace.
Did anything stand out to you in today's show? If so, let us know. Your questions, comments, and concerns are important to Jason, as he is determined to always deliver to you only the most impactful information and content. Until next time, please subscribe, like, comment, share, and leave a review whenever possible. You may visit lifeofaboss.net for more episodes and great resources to help you become the absolute boss that you were meant to be. You can also follow Jason on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Hardway Hardin. Thank you. And to never forget that success is a lifestyle.